Hi, I'm here with Gautam Goradia, who is the CEO and founder of COM-SUR, a company based out of Mumbai in India. Gautam, hi, how are you?
Hi, thank you. Pleasure, how are you?
I know you've been working in the field for some time, so perhaps you can tell all of our listeners, what the term smart cities means to you, and why, in your opinion, cities should want to become smart.
Yeah, I think it's a good question, and the answer kind of lies in your question itself, or in the word smart. All of us have begun to realize that we need to use the resources in the best possible and smartest manner. Smart cities, to me, also, encompasses a lot of efficient usage of every kind of resource, better interaction with public, private, government partnership, and above all, being a safe, smart, clean environment that people are happy to live in.
Thank you. And do smart cities, in your opinion, differ depending on which particular city you're talking about?
Well, let me put it this way. I think smart cities is probably a benchmark, right? So there are some cities that have taken the initiative of getting there. Some cities are growing to get there. Yeah. But I don't think that you're going to have cities that are smart differently, because irrespective of which city it is, we as human beings still want to have the same kind of infrastructure worldwide. So you will need to grow to the smart city benchmark. One country may do it earlier, the others will follow. But essentially, a smart city is a smart city.
Thank you. And what do you think, if we're talking about a smart city, is there a particular aspect of the smart city that's more important than the other?
I guess, you're going to have a balance of various areas of the word smart. I don't think that there is anything that is less smart or more smart. I think you will probably have to be at the same level for whatever you're doing to make your city smarter, more efficient, more economically run, and so on, right? So everything that encompasses a smart city has to be at the same level.
And the new government in India, driven by Mr. Modi, is really talking a lot at the moment about how it can make India a smart nation.
Yep.
Taking a lot of inspiration, perhaps from a country like Singapore.
Yeah.
We see there that he's got quite ambitious plans to make India smart. How, in your opinion, can this be achieved in India?
I think Prime Minister Modi taken the first big step of making the entire country smart. He has a vision of building, I believe, 100 smart cities, actually creating smart cities. But his first initiative, which is Swachh Bharat, which in Indian means Clean India, is the first big step that Prime Minister Modi has taken, and he's promised the country that he wants to clean India in 5 years. So he's doing everything that is needed. And Mr. Modi is, as people know, he's very governed by social media and technology, and he wants to make great use of technology. So he understands completely that, technology, private, enterprise, government can come together and help, deliver his vision. So he's so far doing everything that's right to bring India to the real global level that he's envisioned it. And the entire Indian country wants India to be at really a world level.
Okay.
Yeah, be a proper world player.
And do you think his goals and his aims are realistic and achievable over the next?
Well, I'm sure there are challenges. India is a very large country. There are challenges, but he's taken the first step, and it's a step in the right direction. It's a very bold step, but somebody had to do it, and he's the first one who's taken this big step.
What are the main challenges and barriers, do you think, for smarter city adoption in India?
Again, India is a very diverse country, diverse people. We've got a lot of baggage, so to speak, from the past. India is growing in various areas. So we've got infrastructure problems that they have to handle. We've got connectivity. We've not yet got the internet throughout the country. We need to bring technology right down to the grassroots level. And I think this government is taking all its steps. But, you know, come on, it's a huge challenge. It's going to take some time. It's achievable. I can say it's achievable. If not in 5 years, but it definitely is achievable in the near future.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
And can you tell us a little bit more about your company, about
Sure, sure.
and what you're doing in the space?
Sure, sure. So COM-SUR, it's interesting how the word COM-SUR came about. So we were looking at the surveillance space. You know, everybody speaks about CCTV and so on and so forth. But we believed that there was one missing piece in surveillance. Yeah. So COM-SUR completes the surveillance story. So the COM comes from complete and the SUR comes from surveillance. So we complete the surveillance story. And what we do is when people have found something that they're looking for through CCTV footage, you need to take that next step. Yeah. That next step is incident report. That's one of the things that we do, that COM-SUR does. And our philosophy is that incidents do not change by geography. An incident in one country is no different from an incident in another country. So if the world adopts one minimum common standard to report an incident to whoever, whether you're reporting it within the organization, whether you're reporting it to law enforcement, there is standardization. And with standardization comes two things. One is the confusion is gone, everybody speaks the same language, and you begin to get intelligence. So crime gets solved faster, you're reducing the burden on law enforcement agencies, and you're really making good use of video surveillance. That's what COM-SUR does. So one of the other things that COM-SUR also does is, which is very efficient, is that we'll take 24 hours of video and show it to you in a very short period of time, which induces people to actually reviewing video. Nobody reviews video until something goes wrong. Yeah. But the fact that something has not gone wrong doesn't mean that something's not going wrong. So for example, if you see a guard, if a guard is sleeping on duty, it's wrong, but nobody will observe him. If there is somebody who's smoking at a gas plant, and there is no explosion, that's fine. But if there is an explosion, then you will go behind and look at the CCTV footage and find that person smoking there. Now, if you review video regularly in a short period of time, then you begin to observe all these kind of exceptions. So that's what we do.
Okay, thank you. And you're here at the Future Cities Asia 2014.
Yeah.
I mean, how have you found the event so far, and what are you hoping to get out of it over the next evening and
Right. So the interesting set of speakers, interesting set of delegates. It's very nice to see and hear what people are doing for their respective cities, what companies like Microsoft and so on are also offering to bringing to the world. And I'm glad about one thing is that as far as our company is concerned, we are moving in the same direction as all these people are moving into. So we know that there's going to be a synergy. We see this event being a good event for us to make the connections that we may have wanted to make, to introduce our technology to them. And yes, we hope that this turns out to be a good commercial success for us as well.
Okay, thank you. And how do you see the future of the smarter cities industry in Asia?
Well, do we have a choice? We don't have a choice. Cities will have to adopt to be smart. And it's not about Asia, it's about every part of the world. I mean, the world now realizes so many things about, waste management, environment, safety, security, and so on and so forth. So I don't think that now with this kind of communication that one country will remain behind and the other country will, take a completely different step. There will be differences in speed, but people will have to catch up.
Okay, thank you. you very much.
Well, thank you very much. Pleasure talking to you.
Pleasure talking to you too.
Thank you.